All yours.
Okay. I'd like to call the East China Township Board meeting of July 3rd, 2023 to order, please. Clerk, please call the roll.
Supervisor Westrick?
Here.
Clerk Smith, yeah, here. Trustee Babel?
Here.
Trustee Blackstock?
Here.
Trustee Knox?
Here.
Trustee Richley?
Here.
I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next item, approve agenda. I think you see on your table there, there's an additional sewer request, and I just put that as new business 1A since it's under the same thing.
We just do NB6.
Huh? Well, sewer credit, you want 6?
Yeah, I mean, it's
Okay.
totally separate.
New business 6 is the sewer credit request. Okay, and then you got the treasurer's report there also to add to your departmental reports, just FYI. So with the new business 6 addition, I'd entertain a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
Support.
Support by Mr. Richley. Thank you. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Minutes from last meeting.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
Mr. Richley.
I support.
Babel. Clerk, gee, clerk, you can if you want, but all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Presentations, guest speakers, County Sheriff Quarterly Report is in here. They said they'd have somebody here, but I don't see anyone. But any comments or questions on the County Sheriff's Quarterly Report? Okay. Public comment, seeing nobody, we'll move on. Consent agenda, cemetery advisory meeting minutes, and C2 departmental reports. Any comments or questions on those? If not, I'd entertain a
I
motion.
do have a comment.
Okay.
In the cemetery committee minutes, it says in here, based on Attorney Fletcher's suggestion, it was decided that the township sexton has the authority to increase, decrease, or change, and also review and alter and increase fees regarding disinterment and reinterment. And I think these minutes are before the schedule we just adopted at the last meeting, and those fees were in there, in the schedule.
Right.
So I think that should always still come to the board. It should never change behind the scenes and not come through the minutes,
Yeah,
is my point.
yeah, that's a good point.
I don't understand why
It's
that.
money in,
Why
money-
why did it come up at all? Usually, the board
They
sets amounts of money for things.
Right.
If it's wrong, they bring it back and we review it, which is what we're doing.
Well,
What brought up this question?
we adopted a new fee schedule last meeting to add disinterment fees. We never had that on there
Yeah,
as an item. And then when I read their minutes, I saw this and I thought, well,
Did somebody contact Gary Fletcher?
Apparently.
On
I
behalf
don't
of the
know.
cemetery, or don't know?
I don't know that. I just saw this and I just wanted to make a point of bringing that up.
We'll take a look at it. We'll check into that.
It's just,
Okay.
that's always
Any other comments from anyone?
for the board. Nope.
If not, I'd entertain a motion for the consent agenda, please.
So moved.
Mr. Richley,
support.
supported by many. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Disbursements, we have payroll $34,097.33. Accounts payable is $278,844.91. EFTs, $55,447.40. E-check 77 was $302.30. Tax account was $289,605.73. And our invoices were $46,309.59 for a grand total of $704,607.26. Any comments, questions? If not,
I'll make a motion to approve the disbursements as presented.
Mr. Richley,
Support.
support. Clerk, please call the roll.
Roll call vote. Supervisor Westrick?
Yes.
Clerk Smith, yes. Trustee Babel?
Yes.
Trustee Blackstock?
Yes.
Trustee Knox?
Yes.
Trustee Richley?
Yes.
Thank you. Unfinished business, old business. I'll take one more stab at this, I guess. The second read for the Cemetery, Chapter 195 Cemeteries Ordinance, amended as follows. Under 195-3, we added burial rights. The burial rights acquired by the party named herein and evidenced hereby may not be transferred, assigned, or conveyed except back to the East China Township in exchange for the refund of the original purchase price, excluding the cemetery maintenance fund care costs paid when the burial rights were purchased. A, whenever a lot is conveyed to an individual owner, the whole of such lot becomes inalienable and shall be held as family lot of the owner. One grave site may be used for the owner's interment or may be used for the interment of a surviving spouse of the owner, and those remaining may be used for the parents and children of such deceased owner. B, in the event there is no spouse, parent, or child surviving an owner, the right of interment shall go to the next heirs at law of the deceased owner. C, if there are no surviving heirs of the owner and/or grantees waivers, the right of interment shall be conveyed back to the East China Charter Township in exchange for the refund of the original purchase price, excluding the cemetery maintenance fund care costs paid when the burial rights were purchased. D, no transfer or assignment of burial right site shall be valid without properly recording of assignment burial plot lots and name change with the township clerk. Under 195-4, the section A, the word rights is added, purpose of burial rights, or placing in cremains. And 195-4C is deleted, 195-5C is deleted, 195-9A is amended to read burial sites or human remains only. The following burial combinations are allowed per burial plot grave. 1, 1 coffin burial. 2, 1 cremation burial. 3, 1 coffin and 1 cremation burial. Or 4, 2 cremation burials. Under 195-13A is amended to read 1 flower pot in a township-approved stand may be placed and maintained at the headstones of graves. The contents must be maintained or contents will be subject to removal. Veteran flags and flag holders shall be governed by the Veterans Administration rules and guidelines. Grave blankets may be placed on graves no earlier than November 15th of each year and must be removed no later than April 1st of each year. B is amended as follows. No grading, leveling, or excavating within a cemetery shall be allowed. Furthermore, no tree, shrub, landscaping, or similar planting shall be allowed. C is deleted. D becomes C, E becomes D, and E becomes D and reads as amended. Mounds, bricks, blocks, and any borders are prohibited. F becomes E and is amended to read, the township sexton shall have the right and authority to remove and dispose of any and all growth, emblems, displays, statues, containers, and other items. G becomes F and does not get changed. H becomes G and remains the same. I becomes H, remains, and J is deleted in its entirety. And then under 195-15, C is added to read, upon the discretion of the township to sell forfeiture lots or to remain vacant. Did I do that right, Sandy?
That's good, Vern.
Pretty good.
Were you making sure I did it right? Yeah, okay.
So you move for adoption?
Yeah.
I'll support.
I think also the comment should be made that officially that the full
Second reading.
the full content of the ordinance is available at the township office. Anybody who cares to get a copy or read it.
As all are, correct. Do we vote on it now, or does that come back as a resolution?
No, we vote on it now.
No? Eric, was it moved?
Yes,
Yeah.
you moved
I
it,
moved
I
it.
supported
You
it.
supported it?
Now we
All those in
vote.
favor?
Roll call
say-
Trustee Babel?
Yes.
Trustee Blackstock?
Yes.
Trustee Nuts?
Yes.
Trustee Richley?
Yes.
Clerk Smith, yes. Supervisor Wester?
Yes,
Okay.
thank you. New business 1, request for sewer credit. There's a request for 6082 River Road. Credit as recommended by our DPW supervisor in the amount of $115.80.
I got a problem with that one. It says right on the bottom of it, it says DPW comments, not inspected by the DPW.
Both of them are.
Well, this one, let's do them one at a time. This
Yeah.
one says not inspected by the DPW. If if it hasn't been inspected by the DPW, I for one will not vote in favor of it.
Okay,
The only thing is, it was only for a few hours. I don't know what the DPW would have been able to determine on that. If it was fixed right away, the water was shut off within a couple hours, and
Right, they probably came after the fact
Yeah.
and looked at the new, you know,
Yeah.
it wasn't
right.
a time
Right.
constraint. I will, well, I'm sorry, did someone make a motion or no?
No, not me.
I will make a motion to support the credit as recommended by the DPW supervisor, in the amount of $115.80 for the address at 6082 River Road.
Is there support?
I'll support.
Right. Clerk, please call the roll.
Well, can I ask one more
Yeah,
question?
you sure can.
Because what's the precedent for this? Because to my knowledge, I don't think this has ever happened since I've been on the board to where they haven't inspected it. But has that happened before where they haven't inspected it and then they grant it?
Well,
I don't know.
they do, so, they're also supposed to supply the homeowner, like a receipt from a plumber or someone that came and repaired it, so it shows that it was fixed.
Or at least inspected by
You know what I mean?
DPW to show a new one.
There is
I
backup
would think.
paperwork that's
But I mean,
supposed
the
to.
DPW went through that
Um,
or?
They did, I don't have any backup paperwork attached to
We
mine.
don't get the backup paperwork, it's all happens in the office, in the water, whether it's Blaine or Irene who does the billing, that's who gets the
But I
paperwork.
mean, he wouldn't approve this if he didn't have that.
If
I
he didn't
assume,
feel it was
or-
justified, he would not approve it,
Exactly.
Okay,
like the other one.
okay. That's.
If
all I
it's
wanna
not,
know.
right,
Okay.
so, okay, any other
Yep.
questions or comments? Clerk, please call the roll.
Did I just do that?
Yeah, or no,
You
I
didn't-
didn't?
You
No.
didn't finish, no.
Oh.
Where
sorry.
we at?
All right, roll call vote, trustee Babel,
Yes.
trustee Blackstock,
Yes.
trustee Netz,
No.
trustee Richley,
Yes.
clerk Smith, yes, supervisor Western?
Yes. Okay. New business 2, request to attend the conference, township manager attend the MME 2023 summer workshop, resignation meals, hotel, allocated under whatever that number is there.
So
As part of executive
853.
development, right? I'd make a motion that we authorize the township manager to attend the Michigan Municipal Executives 23, I hope, summer workshop in necessary expenses not to exceed $900.
Support.
Okay, I have one comment. She told me, and I can't remember what this is. If you add this up, it didn't include something, she didn't have it right. The mileage is 131, the lodging is 635, and it's 87 for the meals. Mr. Richley, that's what, like 853 right there? Is that
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
She forgot to put the cost in the total, so the total is actually,
Oh,
I think,
it's gonna be over
1153,
1,000.
okay? So we would want the motion to read 1153.
Okay.
I think that's what it was. So it's 1153 is what we want the motion for, Ralph, is that okay?
Not to exceed 1153.
Yeah, $1,153, I believe is the correct amount. Is that okay with you, Mr. Knotts?
Yeah, you gotta make it specifically for them for $1,153.
Yep, that's fine.
That or not to exceed number is fine with me.
Not to exceed 1,200, right?
1,200?
Is that okay with you guys?
If,
Yeah.
yeah, it's fine, I'll leave it for, I'll put the not to exceed, I'll make the, change my motion, the amount of my motion to be $1,153.
Okay, and is there support?
Support.
Ms. Richard, okay. I'm only doing this because I think that's what happened. Because after I did the math too, that must be the error. Clerk, please call the roll.
Roll call vote, clerk Smith, yes, trustee Babel?
Yes.
Trustee Blackstock?
Yes.
Trustee Netz?
Yes.
Trustee Richley?
Yes.
Supervisor Western?
Yes, thank you. New business 3, it's a request, we're going to dissolve the Recreation Advisory Board and create the Recreation Committee. This is mainly to clean up some paperwork, plus also the committee will work with the township manager as well and the new coordinator coming up. So I think that's more of the reason for this.
Just really quick, off the subject, but do you want to get him out of here? Because
We already did his report,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
yeah, I mean,
just,
I actually do have some information
Oh.
to pass along.
okay.
We're not gonna be long.
Okay,
yeah, we're just gonna be
we'll
done
be a
in
couple more minutes, sorry.
But I'll go ahead and read the resolution presented, and then we can get a motion or whatever, then go from there. Whereas this is resolution number 06-2023, dissolution of Recreation Advisory Board and creation of Recreation Committee. Whereas on March 25th, 2019, the East China Township Board of Trustees adopted resolution number 04-2019, creating a Recreation Advisory Board. And whereas the East China Township Board of Trustees wishes to dissolve the Recreation Advisory Board, and whereas the East China Township Board of Trustees wishes to create the East China Township Recreation Committee. And whereas the East China Township Recreation Committee is established as a 5-person committee with members appointed by the East China Township Board, whose functions to advise the recreation coordinator in the number, type, and scope of recreational and community activities offered to residents. They also engage in fundraising activities on behalf of the community to provide funding for these recreational opportunities. The committee members, with the exception of the initial term of one of the members, which shall be 1 year, one which shall be 2 years, and which shall be 3 years, shall be 4 years. The remaining two, I read that as. The committee shall elect a member to act as chairperson thereof and another to act as vice chairperson. The committee will meet monthly on a date and time which will be agreeable to appointed committee members and the township manager, and all meetings will abide by the Open Meetings Act. A quorum for the transaction of business shall consist of 3 of the committee's members, but not less than a majority of the full authorized membership may render a decision or recommendation. Now therefore be it resolved that the East China Township Recreation Advisory Board is dissolved and East China Charter Township Recreation Committee is established. I make a motion to approve.
I support.
Any other questions or comments?
The only question, we don't currently have people that are like a recreation board?
We got an advisory board right now, and we'll probably bring them and
Okay,
put the, I'm not sure what her process is gonna be, but this is to let her handle the recreation department since it hasn't been dealt with for the last couple of years now,
okay.
so.
Quick question.
Yeah,
Is the park commission aware that this is happening?
I believe so, but I do not know that for a fact.
Was it discussed at their last meeting?
No,
Yeah,
No.
I don't think so.
And they are the current board.
And actually, I think that was wrong, having the advisory committee at the park commission, at the park meetings, because they would have to close down the regular meeting, open that up, and discuss everything, close that, and then continue their regular meeting.
We're kinda taking the
That's-
rec thing away
yeah.
from the park manager, and we're gonna kinda get someone to do that, that's a township employee.
Right.
is it gonna be
Part-time.
them that are gonna, is it gonna be people that are currently on the park commission, or I mean, it's up to discussion?
I don't really know.
Okay.
It's gonna be who's wants to be interested in doing it, and that's usually the problem, finding enough people that wanna do it. So if they would like to do it, I'm sure it's probably not gonna be an issue, but you have to get 5 people that wanna do it.
Okay,
But this brings it into our realm, because we're gonna try to run a recreation program now here at the township hall.
yeah,
I think that was.
And Sydney's gonna work with that, so
okay,
that's why we're doing this,
okay.
okay?
All right.
Clerk, please call roll, I guess, right?
Call,
Resolution?
yeah. Clerk Smith, yes. Trustee Babel?
Yes.
Trustee Blackstock?
Yes.
Trustee Netz?
Yes,
Trustee Richley?
Yes,
Supervisor Wester?
Yes. Thank you. New business for AT&T/DirecTV cable franchise agreement. This is just, we need to authorize the township clerk to sign the 10-year uniform video service local franchise agreement between East China Township and DirecTV like we have done in the past.
Got a couple of questions.
Sandy, do you have any questions on this, or did you work with this at all? Or not
I
really?
did not, but I have in the past. That's
Okay.
just something that
I
I
got a few
handled.
questions for it.
Go ahead. Your
Is
question.
this the
Mark?
same revenue that we used to pay for Channel 6? Or at least a part of that?
Yes.
Okay. What's the dollar amount associated with 5%?
That I don't know.
It says 5%. I went all the way through, there's no numbers anywhere.
I don't know what we
How
get
much,
from them.
how much money is 5%?
Right.
Well, is it 5 or 3?
It
It's
used to be
5, and
3.
it's supposed, and it's been 5 all the time.
We're
It's just when they
updating
wrote this
everyone to
new one, they
5.
put it in 3, and I see there's been a pencil correction to that.
Right, it's been inked in here, but is that, agreeable that it's gonna be 5%?
Well, I don't have any objection to 5%. I believe that's
sure
what
it
we've been
is.
collecting all along.
No.
It's just when they wrote this new
It
one,
used to be 3.
they put a 3 in it.
Right.
and-
We used to have Comcast at 3 too, so we're
Yeah.
getting everyone up to
Yeah, we
where
upped
we
them.
should
That
be
was
at
up
5.
once a while ago. Does the entire amount that we get go to Channel 6, or?
No.
It's about half, isn't it? That's what it was
Actually,
last time.
they get 50%, there's a new language about that, of the Comcast franchise fees. Not
Well, this is a different fee, huh?
correct.
Well, actually, the one that's back in here that was signed in 2014 says 5%.
Does
I
it?
know, I say, it was 5% all along, when
they're
they
trying
put
to-
this new
Well,
one out,
that's
they
good
put it
then.
for 3, and it was correct. I can see where somebody's went through and corrected it.
Oh, yeah, well, they were probably trying to
So
schmuck
when
it in then.
we approve it, we approve it for
That
5%.
it is at 5%,
5%.
right, that's
All
gonna,
right, I have nothing further.
I'll make a motion, we approve the AT&T cable franchise agreement at 5% as presented with the 5%.
Support.
okay. Any other questions or comments? I think under fees, it says 5% in the actual contract here, I'm just looking at it, page 7. So, is that an all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Change order, James P. Contracting, this is our.
It does say
bid.
5%, but it is a pen and ink change. That's what was bothering
But
me.
it's good, the motion was made contingent upon 5%.
Yeah, we made the motion for 5%.
Correct.
Yep,
Now, if they have to change the contract, so be it.
right.
Okay, as you well know, we took out some bike paths in the park and had total removal in some areas, and then we actually increased some of that removal. Blaine added some more removals. And then we actually had enough money with the grant and everything, because we have to spend 50%, we have to spend exactly at least what they gave us. So we had some room to work, so we figured it out with a contractor that we were saving money with the stone was a big deduct. Instead of taking it out, we just were gonna go over top and increase the height of it. So we added 2-inch, and everything in the park is capped now. So the bike path is completely new, and they're actually all done with their work except for the restoration. They have to do that.
This
Yeah,
one-
it's topsoil and seed, but this is a change order based on the actual quantities, and I have the load tickets and the tonnages and everything, and I verified all this with Blaine, so.
This is being paid for how?
This is being paid for with the Wilson grant from Community Foundation
Okay.
and our other money that we had set aside for bike path repairs for the last 3 years.
Okay.
Sits in our budget.
Thank you.
So the total net increase for the bike path improvements was $32,142.75. The original contract, if you need to know, was $139,768, so it brings the total for the contract will now be $171,910.75. And I make a motion, we approve that.
Support.
Is there any other comments or questions? Clerk, please call the roll.
Roll call vote. Supervisor Wester?
Yep.
Clerk Smith, yes. Trustee Beagle?
Yes.
Trustee Blackstock?
Yes.
Trustee Nerds?
Yes.
Trustee Richley?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. New business 6/1A. That's a credit is requested for 5200 Point Drive, Apartment 12, in the amount of $84.92. You have the report in front of you. I believe it was for a leaky toilet. I believe it was a rental unit. I think the guy, unfortunately, requested that it get fixed by maintenance, but it took a while to get fixed.
Too bad.
But unfortunately, the water did enter the sewer system. And per our policy, we generally don't give credits if they use the water and also it had to be treated.
Right.
So it's recommended by our DPW that we deny this request.
I'll make that a motion.
Support.
Okay? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. St. Clair County Sheriff, quarterly report.
So Captain Paul is unable to make it.
Can you use the podium here? Yeah, that's if you
What
don't.
is your name, please?
She needs your name for the official minutes, too.
Deputy Chronic, Andrew Chronic.
Chronic?
Yep, ARGI.
Thank you.
Like I was saying, Captain Paul is unable to make it tonight. take this chance to introduce myself too. I'm the township deputy down here. I've been working in China and East China Townships for, this is my second year. So the reason I was late coming in here tonight is there was an accident at the cemetery, Rose Hill. I've never seen anything like it. So a teenage guy and his grandma were going there to water some flowers at a gravesite. They pulled up to the water spigot by the garage door. He forgot to put the car in park. So as he's stepping out of the car takes off and hits the garage door there. So the damage is pretty minimal. It's just two of the garage door panels. I took photos on the phone here if anyone wants to see them.
Is the building secured still?
Building
It's secure?
is secure.
Okay.
Yep. I'll go double check. I didn't tug on the door, but
Okay.
maybe I'll go double check that. As far as it looks, it's secure. The car hit the brick on the side of the door, but it doesn't appear that it shifted it or caused any serious damage. to the
All right.
wall.
Is when are DPW guys out there with you?
Well, that was where I was getting to next. If the building needs to be secured, I'll get Blaine out there, but.
Okay, I just wonder if any of our people have saw it yet, okay.
No DPW was out there. St. Clair Fire Department came out. The car, she hit the corner of the brick wall, so it penetrated the radiator and stuff. There's
Oh, okay.
So it had to be towed out of there. Dave's Cohen came up, they got her car. I obviously took all the information. I'll be doing a report up on it. I have the complaint number here.
Yeah, if you would leave that with me, I'll get that to the manager.
And she gave me permission to give you guys her contact information.
Okay.
If you wanted to call her to try to sort it out.
Yeah.
Kind of a unique situation, so I don't know the best way.
Well, and I just met April finally, and that was was it Friday, the guy right into the side of the building next to Dairy Queen down there?
I heard about it. Yeah.
We had a call here, well, the chief from the fire department of St. Clair called me and said, "Hey, we just had someone run into the side of the building. We need the building official to come take a look before we pull this truck out of there."
At the Dairy Queen?
The building just this side of Hathaway, the other side, just south of there. Came right in front of Dairy Queen and hit the picnic tables and threw them into the Dairy Queen building, and then hit another picnic table. Just missed hit the sign too right there, I believe, coming in, says East China. And
Really?
then missed that telephone pole right before the building by like 8 inches. But then he ran right into where the electric services come in. There's two services, a 200 amp panel there, smashed all that in and everything else.
Really?
Oh, yeah, and, it was pretty nasty, but I met April for the first time there. I think it was Friday, wasn't it? Thursday or
Oh, my
Friday.
goodness.
Yeah, I was here at a meeting, and then I went down there to take a look at it with Tracy, but yeah. So, nice, she's nice too, but yeah, we've been busy. I had a few of these issues lately, but.
Weird
That time of
thing.
year.
Yeah, that is.
That one was kind of a wow, it totaled that truck right out. It was a cement block building, it hit it too. But, yeah, anyway, well, thank you for that.
Yeah, aside from that, I don't really have much to report to you guys.
Thank you.
We thank you for your service out here, take care of us, I appreciate it, and yeah, if you want to leave that information,
I'll write her name and phone number on
okay, thank you.
it. You're welcome.
I only have one announcement. The sexton will be enforcing the ordinance number 195-25 at the cemetery. That's the authority of the township to remove unauthorized or unlawful items. So anybody watching at home on TV, I urge you to get out and remove the things that are not allowed out there. He's gonna do the first sweep this coming Friday, July 7th. And he's gonna start in the front, working east to west. So if anybody has anything that they know shouldn't be out there and they want it, if not, it gets removed and discarded. So
Can
that's
you
the
hold it
announcement.
for like a month or something, just in case? No?
We'll hold it in the
Nowhere.
dumpster at the back of the premises.
Okay,
So if they want it, they can dig it out of the dumpster, because they've been warned before, and
Okay.
it's basically now that they're doing a lot of work down there, and we're gonna be doing some paving down there as well. That's
There's
still coming up
signs up,
next week.
too.
There's signs
Okay.
up.
The
so-
last few years, we've had the
yeah.
signs up, new
So it's a
signs.
fair warning to
Okay.
everybody watching on TV, if you have something down there that it doesn't belong, make sure it conforms, because it's gonna be gone.
Right.
So don't call the sheriff. So, I don't have any other thing. Does anybody else have anything?
question.
Yeah.
About the audit, is there any other update on that, or,
Working on it.
okay,
Yeah, actually, we can discuss that a little bit if you want, but I think we should go out for advertisements,
Yeah.
bids for auditing services, as soon as we're done with this mess.
yeah. Okay,
I agree.
I was gonna be bringing that to the board shortly here,
okay.
and then we'll see where we're at.
Supervisor business, whatever.
Thank you. But thank you, yeah,
Yep.
for reminding me of that.
Yep.
Anything else? If not,
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
8 o'clock.
then moved, has it been supported?
Support.
All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thanks, we're adjourned.
Thank